Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenge of Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. So, today we're going to be talking about what it means to be a Gemini Ascendant. And if you like my videos, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me and the channel. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel or get a personal reading, the links to those will be down in the description box and the comments below. Alright, so when we look at this, we're looking at your chart as though there are no planets. It's just the signs through the houses. And this is kind of a sequel to the True Meaning of Signs and Houses series I did. So, your first house is Gemini. So that tells me that your life is all about your younger siblings, if you have any. It's about your cousins, your neighbors. It's all about your self-effort. You have to put forth effort. Things won't just be easy for you as a Gemini Ascendant. Also, your life's all about communication, writing. You could be a novelist with this. Or in journalism. Also, Gemini is a sign of heroes. The hero usually doesn't get help. He's the one giving help. So, one thing that you'll see with this is either you'll be somebody that's always searching for meaning in life, always searching for something. Or you'll be somebody that's very lonely, always feels like an outcast, has anger issues, especially issues with a father figure. Definitely have your heart broken at some point. Or you'll be somebody that constantly has to repeatedly fail in life and doesn't find success until they hit 33 and beyond. These are things you'll see as a Gemini Ascendant. Now, let's talk about your other houses. So, Cancer rules your second house of family. So, Cancer is the original sign of Mother. Mother is the core figure of the family. Mother's the heart of your family. Also, you have a very strong emotional connection with your family. Wherever Cancer sits, it's where your emotional connection is. You're emotionally connected to your family and to the money that you make. If money doesn't have an emotional connection for you, you're not going to care about it. You have to care about how you make your money. Also, your speech can be very emotional. The second house is speech. You would really value your mother with this. Because second house is the house of value. It's what you value. Now, your third house becomes Leo. So Leo is a sign that's very regal, very kingly. So, for you, your younger siblings could be in a high up position. They could have a lot of status as they get older. Your cousins too, potentially. Now, when it comes to your children though, your children, you'll kind of treat more like friends. You may not necessarily be the disciplinarian of the children. But one thing we see with this is a Gemini Ascendant has very regal communication. When you communicate, everybody stops and listens because it's like the king is communicating. When you write something, it's like the king wrote the decree. Or queen. So Gemini Ascendants can go very far in social media, in media. Third house is also online. But yeah, also you might do a lot of short distance travel with your children for your education. You'll receive a lot of education that provides you a lot of skills. And you will be very skilled at this to the point where you're going to be like in a regal position because of your skills. Also, you put forth a lot of effort when it comes to taking care of your children, because third house is effort. Now, your fourth house is Virgo. So what we see with this is Virgo's a sign where you see obsessive compulsive tendencies. So a Gemini ascendant is very obsessive compulsive when it comes to their home, when it comes to their vehicle. You are very on top of your bills, very on top of your maintenance. But another thing you'll see is there could be accidents at home. There could be car accidents as well. Also, fourth house is mother. Virgo is a sign of mother. Virgo is the sign of your fourth house. So what we see with this is there could be a karmic debt to the mother. Mother could have health issues. Your mother could also be like a past life enemy. It's kind of a love-hate relationship with your mother as a Gemini ascendant. One minute you might be getting along. You'll really value your mother, like I said, with that second house meaning. But you'll also have constant fights and arguments with her. Also, your work, because Virgo is the original sign of work, could take place from home. Or for your homeland, because fourth house is homeland. Now, Libra rules your fifth house. So, you're always trying to balance your relationship with your children. For you, a relationship has to be romantic. There has to be a lot of fun and games in your relationship. You want to learn things with your partner. You're always struggling to balance your education. Also, Libra is a sign of business. It's now in the fifth house of speculative gains. So you could definitely gain a lot through business as a Gemini ascendant. Now, Scorpio rules your sixth house. So one thing we see with this is there could be sudden ups and downs with your health. You could suddenly take on debt. Your enemies will be hidden. You're not going to see your enemies coming. They will come out of the woodwork. Gemini is the sign of the hero. A hero always has enemies, and they don't always know who they are. Also, sixth house is obstacles. Scorpio is a sign of insurance. So, a Gemini ascendant constantly has issues with insurance. Car insurance, health insurance. Like you might not be paid what you're owed. Homeowners insurance, that kind of thing. There's a karmic issue with that. Also, you might transform your health at some point with this. Yeah. So, Sagittarius rules your seventh house. So, Sagittarius is a sign of luck. A Gemini ascendant person feels lucky when they have a partner. They feel like their partner brings them all their luck in life. Sagittarius is also a sign of the guru, the teacher, the mentor. So, your spouse could be like a teacher to you. They could be your guru. They could also be like a father figure even, because Sagittarius is the sign of father. Your spouse could come from far away. Sagittarius is the sign of the original ninth house of long distance travel. Spouse could be very religious. They could be very philosophical. Spouse be like a strategist. Sagittarius is tied to strategy. But yeah. Now, Capricorn rules your eighth house. So what we see with this is your career would have to transform something. Your karmic action has to transform something in this world as a Gemini ascendant. Your career would go through sudden ups and downs. Transformation. Your career could be tied to research. Could be tied to the occult. Your in-laws could help you with your career. That's something you can see with this too. You could gain sudden fame or lose fame suddenly. Great example of this, Kanye West. He's a Gemini ascendant. Oh, gosh. All right. Now, your ninth house. Ninth house is Aquarius. All right. So, your hopes, wishes, and desires could be to travel to far off places. Could be for higher education. Because Aquarius is a sign of hopes, wishes, and desires. Also, your father figures, your mentors, teachers, gurus, could be very eccentric. Aquarius is a sign of eccentricity because it's co-ruled by Saturn and Rahu. So at one minute, this person could be very orthodox, very stern, conservative. Next minute, they're all over the place, very eccentric, very absent-minded, just very outside the norm, very outcast. You could gain a lot through publishing. Aquarius is a sign of gain. You could gain through, definitely gain through your education. And what am I trying to say here? Oh, your elder sibling could be like a father figure with this. That's one thing you could see with this as well, because Aquarius is a sign of elder sibling. Your religious, philosophical, and even legal views could be very eccentric, very outside the norm as an Aquarius. Or as a Gemini Ascendant. Because Aquarius rules your ninth house. But also there can be karmic issues with your father. Once again, that's a very common thing for a Gemini Ascendant. Now, Pisces rules your 10th house. So, Pisces is a sign of foreign lands. You could have to go to foreign lands for your career, to have status. Pisces is a sign of spirituality. Your work could be very spiritual. But you would also lose on account of your career. You would have to invest a lot of money into your career. Or you would have financial losses on account of your career. You could have status and fame in a foreign land. Because 10th house is status and fame. Also, your career could be tied to hospitals, jails, asylums. It could be tied to fishing, shipping. That's something you could see with this too, because Pisces represents all these things. Now, your 11th house is Aries. So, your hopes, wishes, and desires get fulfilled by you. You have to fulfill those. Other people aren't going to help you with that as a Gemini Ascendant. Also, you might be very lonely because the sign of the self is now in the house of friends. So you can see that as well. Also, it's the house of large organizations. So, as a Gemini Ascendant, large organizations may not be there for you. Also, you feel yourself when you're with your friends, because Aries is a sign of the self. You feel most yourself when you're with your friends, when you're with your elder siblings. Now, 12th house is Taurus. So one thing we can see with this is there could be financial losses, because Taurus is finances. It's now in the 12th house of loss. You could earn money through investing. 12th house is investing, Taurus is money and earnings. Your family could live far away from you, because 12th house is foreign lands. Your family could be very spiritual. Your family you could feel a lack of family as a Gemini Ascendant. Taurus is a sign of family. It's now in the 12th house of loss. So you could feel like that connection with them is lost. Also, you would really value spirituality. You'd value foreign travel. You'd value isolation. Also, Taurus, being the sign of family in the 12th house of jails, hospitals, asylums. Your family could be involved with that or, land themselves in jails, hospitals, or asylums. That's another thing you could see. But yeah, because of Taurus being in your 12th house, Cancer being in your 2nd house. See, Cancer is like flowing water. And Taurus being earnings in the 12th house of loss. Money comes and goes for Gemini Ascendant. But alright. That's what I have for you though, Gemini. And if you like my videos, be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out me in the channel. If you'd like to donate to help support the channel or get a personal reading, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.